Hello, this is Ancient Angelus, and welcome back to more Resident Evil 0 Remastered Edition, Sped Up Edition, whatever edition I decide to call it this time. Going back to the topic we left off on the last episode, Rebecca and how she plays her part in Resident Evil 1 by compared to her part in Resident Evil 0. She apparently forgets all of the badass stuff she does in Resident Evil 0 before 1, because then she becomes sort of a victim more than anything for Chris. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe she's just trolling Chris. Maybe Chris was someone that she doesn't like either, because if you remember, my favorite thing Rebecca has ever done in the series, one of the most funny things I've seen in the series, was in Resident Evil 1, when she first is encountered by Chris. He walks into a save room, and save rooms are supposed to be free of all types of danger. She immediately sprays him in the face with mace and goes, "Huh? What? Oh no!" Like it was a big accident, but since the voice acting is very touch and go in the first aria, I think it actually won awards for it being so bad. It almost seems like it's kind of her just ironically saying it offhand. Like, "Oh no, I sprayed you in the face with mace. Oh, why is my finger still on the button? I don't know." But yeah, it seems very odd that she just loses all her combat ability and all her weapons, I should say too, because she doesn't seem to be able to defend herself at all. Definitely can't play Moonlight Sonata. You know what Jill can do? Play Moonlight Sonata. She plays the hell out of Moonlight Sonata. Actually, there's a nod that's coming up, but unfortunately I missed out on, of Rebecca playing the piano very poorly. And I'm going to be ambushed by a Leechman's right after I leave this room. I'm trying to trigger the legs. Because the problem, if you don't trigger the legs to explode, they'll still be there when you go back into the room. So at least just try to trigger them to start kind of expanding and bulging out, and then leave the room, and then they should be gone by the time you come back. But yeah, here's the mistake. This another homage to Resident Evil 1, playing the piano, opening up a secret passage. And Billy does it perfectly. If you have Rebecca play it first, she plays terribly and nothing happens other than she gets frustrated. Which is kind of cute, because it's like, there's creepy Wesker. It's kind of a nod to her inability to play the piano in Resident Evil 1, and then forcing Chris to leave her alone so she could practice. Creepy Wesker's creepy. Kind of made it, I kind of framed it where it looks like Wesker just kind of slowly shut the door on her. So now she's pissed, she's blasting her way out. See, and now I'm remembering the little the little Easter egg. So I go to play it as Rebecca, and it says, "There's no need to play it anymore," which makes me very upset. And in my feverish state, I've determined that I am going to burn the house down as a result. Just set the bar on fire. It's fine. The piano. No one needs to play it anymore. Clearly, no one needs to play it anymore. It's not like anyone would have, wanted to see the Easter egg that I missed out on. No. Just torch the mansion. That's entertaining enough. Anyway, I got the water key from where I fought the hunters. That was the entire purpose of going down there. Just to open this one door and get the tablet. These stone tablets, they're the entire reason for being in this mansion. They are the 3 keys to unlocking the exit to the mansion. Now you're probably thinking, well, you're outside. Isn't this the exit to the mansion? You would be wrong. Because of Resident Evil. I don't know. They never really fully explain why the observatory is their means to an exit. I guess they don't want to venture out into the woods, which, I mean, it's fair enough. I mean, there's zombies and monsters running around. I'm going to let this play out the way it played out for me. Yeah. I should point out the AI is doing this. I keep moving her out of the way. And I'm getting pissed off. Now, I could move her out of the way and disband her from the party. But I didn't. I'm determined to do this without doing that. And you can't push the box through her. So I keep moving her, because you can move her with the other stick. And I'm going over because I can't walk through her either. And the AI did that. For no reason. I guess she followed me to the side of the box that I climbed over, but... And I keep moving her over. I'm so pissed right now. It doesn't even occur to me that I should disband her from the party. And finally, she stands right next to me and is not in my way. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, well, okay. At least now I can get the stupid tablet that's on that pillar without having to worry. I pushed it a little too far. Yeah. Now I'm like determined. Yeah, go fetch, doggy. And while she's doing that, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm gonna. And I'm like, I at this point, I'm just fingers crossed she's not gonna just walk to the other side of the box and continue this little oh no moment with me that she had with Chris Redfield. And that was that piece of the puzzle I was talking about before we ventured outside, was the battery. Because otherwise we couldn't lower the elevator to get that thing. We need the hook shot for the next section, so I'm going out of my way to pick it up. Which was the reason why I killed those roaches that were in the room where we fought. It's called the Centurion, the millipede, that boss that we fought earlier. It's called the Centurion in that pool area. About 4 roaches respawned. And if you'll notice back to when I killed him, I was standing at the top of the stairs and firing into the room without actually going in the room. That's because fighting 4 of those guys is hard, fighting them at once. But there is a little trick to it where if you fight them at the top of the stairs, they can't get to you. They just cannot cross that threshold where side rail is, so you can just pick them off. Okay, now the door that we just came through, that would lead us back to the outside balcony of the training facility, which has now been populated by monkeys. So I'm not keen on going back that way. At least not just yet. The other way, this new door, which was locked prior, leads us to the church. And the front door of the church is only opened if one of the two partners here stands on that particular tile that I left Rebecca on. So this forces us to split because there's going to be a boss battle. A very annoying boss battle, I should point out, because these little bats come in. And basically what the little bats do is they act like the birds do out in the garden area, and they just attack you. And that's not even the worst part. What's worse is the auto aim tracks them and not the boss. So while you're trying to aim at the boss, and that type of boss you really have to concentrate on, or else it will pick you up and then just throw you around the room. And after a couple of times doing that, you will probably die. But yeah, if you don't focus on the boss directly right at the beginning of the battle, you lose focus of the boss when the little bats show up, and then that's pretty much when you lose. Because then you got to burn through either all your shotgun ammo or any of your grenade rounds just to take care of the boss, and potentially take care of the little bats too. It's a very irritating boss. Now, once again, we're split up, but this is not for boss reasons. This is for puzzle reasons. I love that whole sequence where we're just riding in the elevator, because it seems so useless. Like, you have a transition to get into the elevator, and then you're just sitting there, and I kind of want to hear some really crappy elevator music while they're riding in it. And then there's a transition to leave the elevator. Just no reason. Surprise, Leechmans! Luckily, Rebecca has... Yeah, he bites your leg if you're too close to him. Rebecca has the flame rounds, so she should be okay with that leech guy. She wouldn't even have to worry about it exploding. The note that I had just picked up, the reason why I picked it up is because it's a very special note that depicts the life cycle of the leeches that Marcus was growing in the lab. He talks about how they started out with 4, and then the size quickly doubled, and then 2 of them died, and then about half of them died later on. It's important because there's going to be a combination to a door that I need to open. And another note tells me that it had something to do with something that's near and dear to Marcus in his research. And the numbers in that note that I actually picked up were highlighted. So logic and deduction concludes that the combination is 4863.
Guy must be Marcus's son or grandson.
He must be. He just must. Anyway, be zombies. Ex-zombies. Grab the leech from that statue. Now, back at the mansion, I grabbed the green chemical. Yeah, burn it down. Burn it all down. Who cares? Burn this bitch down. I grabbed the green chemical. And when you mix it with this red chemical, it becomes a stripping agent. And only Rebecca can mix the chemicals together in her mixing set. So when Billy grabbed the leech that's encoded in, I guess, a tube of film or something, I'm not really sure, it needed a stripping agent to get the actual leech out, and that opened the door that Rebecca opened to get this leech, which Billy needs to open his door on his end. It's basically the dumbwaiter puzzle again. Just passing things back and forth. And that guy I'm trying to tactfully avoid. Yeah, there we go. He's alive. He'd bite you too. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to cut it here. I'll see you guys on the next part, and we will finish this leech room area. Bye.